is, yeah, an account from $200 to over $500 in a month with risk management and discipline and all of that. Okay, so on this session, I will talk about how it's going to go. I'm going to start with HFX. Then from there, I'm going to go to MT4. Now, you don't have to have $200 in your account, first of all, before you um, embark in this challenge. Whichever amount you have on your account, you can actually use it to actually participate. If it's $60 you actually have, yes, you can use it to participate. If it's $100 you actually have, yes, you can use it to participate. If it's 200, if it's 500, if it's 1,000, 2,000, you can use any amount you want to use to participate. Now, before I actually start, I want to actually let you know that trading actually comes with risk. Trading is not 100% win something. Okay, I cannot win 100% of all my trades. I'm going to lose trades at some point, but usually I have been profitable for a while now. So I basically win more trades than I lose. Last month, I won more trades than I lost and were actually profitable. This month, I'm actually expecting to win more trades than I lose, and I'm expecting us to actually be profitable. But having said that, just know that trading actually comes with some risk, and not trade any amount that you're not willing to risk. Don't borrow money from somewhere, or maybe use some cash that is actually maybe meant for school fees or rent or other things. Use the money that you can actually afford to lose in case anything go wrong. But yeah, should in case anything go wrong. That is actually what I'm actually going to say. All right. Now, I am actually going to be using my account as a control subject, and I'm going to start with HFX. Okay. So this is going to be the model for HFX. You have $200. All right. Profit target in a month is going to be X. All right, we're looking to grow $200 to $500. Now, if you grow $200 to $500 in 2 months, that is a very, very good thing. It's a very good thing because how much do you pay for your school fees? Just $100 within that 2 months. That's what you paid. And if you paid for 3 months, that's just $117. You understand? And you've actually made a $300 profit. So if you are to do counterbalance, add this, subtract this, that is going to be a profit of $200. So you paid $100 for subscription and you made a $200 profit. And then apart from that, so within the whole 2 months of us calling out trades and you potentially growing your account to this amount, you also would have learned a whole lot about trading. If possible, self, you should have even mastered how to trade on your own. You should have actually mastered how to trade on your own. And you know what it means when you master something. This is something that nobody can take away from you. So look at this as a way of learning how to trade and mastering the skill sets while potentially making good profits in the process. Do you understand? So if I am looking to grow a $200 account to $500, what is going to be my monthly profit target? What is going to be my monthly profit target? My monthly profit target is going to be 50%. So that basically means within this challenge period, what we are looking to make at the end of the month is 50% profit, just 50% profit, nothing crazy. Now, I know you must have actually seen the flyer. On the flyer, I said 40 days, and you're like, Coach Michael, is it not 60 days? It's not 60 days we have in 2 months. Now, we have just 5 trading days in a month. Sorry, in a week rather, just 5 trading days. Markets only open from Mondays to Fridays. And if you multiply this times 4 weeks, it gives you 20 trading days. So 20 trading days in a month. So times 2 months, it gives you 40 trading days. That's why the challenge is 40 trading days. You understand? So profit target is 50% in a month. Now on the HFX account, because I'm starting with HFX, I am going to be risking 5% of my account per trade. HFX, 5% per trade. Okay? All right. That's my most risk. But let me bring this one down first. Now, if monthly profit target is 50%, then what is weekly profit targets? What's our weekly profit target going to be? Okay. Divide 50 by 4, and we would have rather 12.5% profit. So that's a weekly profit target of 12.5%. Okay. And every week, all we just need to do to HFX or on HFX rather is just 12.5%. Nothing too much, nothing too small. Just 12.5%. And what does that basically mean? Since we are risking 5% per trade, if we take three successful trades, that means we are going to be risking or would have risked rather 15%. Only three trades, 5% per trade times three trades is going to be equal to 15%. And because of the percentage payout not being 100%, probably 65 or 70 or 80%, this should give us about 12.5%. So that means if you can win three trades in a row on HFX, we have hit our 12.5% profits for the week. Last month, all right, second week of last month, we won six trades and lost one. We had 6-1. That's on the second week. On the third week of last month, we won five trades and lost zero. Okay. If you are doing 4% for every win we actually have, and 5% for every loss we actually have, 4 times 6 will be 24 minus 5. This will be 19%. And this would be 20%. But what is our target? Our target is just 12.5%. So you see how we've toned everything down. So we can actually we have reduced the expectation very, very well. I don't want to say we are trying to go from $200 to 1,000. No, 500. Let's reduce it down. 500 plus, so it can be definitely more than 500. But we're just using 500 as target points. Okay, so this is 19. You see how easy? 3 wins in a row, bam, 12.5%. Okay, do that for four consecutive weeks. We've made our 50%. All right. Now, month one, we started with how much? $200. Okay. If you grow $200 by 50%, at the end of the month, how much are you going to have? Good, nice. If you grow $200 by 50%, at the end of the month, how much are you going to have? That's good. Awesome. Very awesome. We would have $300. Okay. Are you seeing that? Now, entering month two, which is going to be August, we'll be starting with $300. If you make 50% profit and grow, if you grow $300 by 50% profit in month two, how much is that going to give you? That's fine. For $50. Is this possible or is it not possible? What I just wrote down here, is it attainable or is it not attainable? Let me know in the chat box. Is this attainable or is it not attainable? Okay. So this is going to be it for the flex. And 300 to 450, this is approximately $500. So that's why I put $500 there. And definitely we're going to, at some point, make more in some weeks. So we just leave it at 500. It can be more, it can be slightly less, it can be less, it can be ridiculously more. But this is basically what we're actually trying to aim for with this challenge. Now, at the end of every trading day, the result of that particular day will be posted on the chat. And this is something at the end of the week when I posted the results, some persons did not say anything. I understand that a lot of persons miss some trades. So posting results and them seeing this like, when the bookmaker call out 13 trades or 15 trades, I call out trades on Go Live. Or sometimes on HFL, I'll say take this live trace. Then I'll say take this live trace. I'll just post a screenshot. This one, so I post different. So what I'm going to do is that at the end of the day, I'll post the results for that day. So if you don't have anything, if you're not having anything similar to the result I posted, at least that's just one that you can go back to go and count to see if I'm lying. Go and count, hey, okay, you this one win, this one lose, okay, okay. So if I'm posting everything that you can be checking at the end of the day, you can go and count yourself to know if we really had that result or if I added something there. So I'll drop for, let's say at the end of the day, I'm going to drop the result today. Tomorrow, tomorrow, next tomorrow. Okay, then on Friday, at the end of the week, I'm going to drop the entire result on Saturday. So if you see that we went 3-0, 2-0 today, and you didn't take any of the trades, by the end of today, when you see me post 2-0, you should be feeling bad. But to make you feel bad and make you, want to be more serious the next day, so you can take those trades. Okay. So I have a control account for this for this particular challenge. All right. And the control account is not $200, it is $600. But I am trading the account like it's a $200 account. Wait a second. No, wait, hold on a second, please. 200 divided by wait, 5 divided by 100. So give me a second, please. Sorry, sorry. I have a $600 account, okay, and I'm going to be following the same principle. Okay. So if the target is to grow 200 to 500, the target on a $600 account will be to grow it from 600 to 1 to 1.5. All right. So for my HFX, this is going to be what I'm going to be using as the controlled account. So at the end of this now, post when I say 20, I'll post the accounts there. So you see how the account has grown. If I say 30, I'll post the account there so you see it. At the end of the week, I'll post the account there so you see it, how the account is growing. But it's not a $200 account, it's a $600 account. This is actually what I'm going to actually do in 2 months. At the end of 1 month, if you don't have any results similar to what I posted or what you actually see in my account, that basically means you're not doing something right. Okay. Now, that is basically it for HFX. Should I proceed to MT4? Let's proceed to MT4. Your risk is not going to change till the end of the month, though. So this particular point now, you're risking $10 per trade, right? You keep risking $10 till the end of this week, till the end of this month, rather. It's at the end of the month when you're now starting with 300, 30, $300. That's when you now start risking $15 per trade. So month one, you're going to be using a uniform risk of $10. And month two, if account is at 300, we use a uniform risk of $10 throughout that month. If it's at 400, uniform risk of $20. Do you understand? Now for MT4, how are you going to go about MT4? This session is recorded. You can take your time to go over it because I want everybody to participate. If it's $50 you have, if it's HFX, only HFX you want to do. If it's both, good. If it's only $50 you actually have and you use $50, at least at the end of that 2 months, you should have grown the account from 50 to something reasonable. At least 120 or 200 self with all the old things you've learned from Forex and all. It's a good thing. If you go 50 to 150 or so in 2 months, almost 200 itself, you're still on a profit of $50. By the time you remove the cost of your subscription fee, and then the amount of information you've learned, the amount of things you've learned, the amount of information. The people will pay $500 in 1 month to learn Forex, just 1 month, and at the end of that month, they don't even learn anything. So, do you understand? So, I want everybody to participate. Nobody is new here. It takes just 2 days. If it takes just 1 day to now to actually take trades on HFX, it takes just few hours. Sir. There's no excuse for it. If you have any question, any issue regarding taking trades, reach out to me and let them know. Yeah. So for the MT4, how are we going to do that one? We are using a 1:4 risk to reward ratio on MT4. All right. So what that basically means is that on every trade we call out an MT4, if you're using a $200 account, you're going to do 2.5%. Now, the reason why MT4 own is lower than HFX trades, is because in MT4, the accuracy is usually lower than HFX. HFX, if you check last this thing, we had 90% accuracy. We had 100% accuracy. We had 70%. But if you check MT5, accuracy is probably like 40%. That's if you're actually including TP1 and TP2. TP1 and TP2. If you're not including TP1, yeah, TP1 will increase, you see it. So that means if you take 10 trades, you will lose like six, or let's say 30%. But then, due to the fact that the risk reward ratio is like 1:4, so that's three trades you're winning. Hmm? If you're risking 1% on them, they are going to be giving you 4% profit. That's 12% profit. So the moment you subtract 7% you lost from 12% you won, that's the net profit of 5. But that does not actually mean that you're not still going to lose more in MT4 than HF. HF is just 5 minutes of cleared. You understand? So we have to reduce our risk on MT4 because of that, because then you can have like a couple of lessons in a row. And apart from that, so the spread too can also be very, very beefy. Do you understand? If you're risking 5% per trade, to blow your account, you need to lose 20 trades. Are you seeing it? But if you're risking 2.5% per trade, to blow your account, you need to lose 40 trades. So if you're actually doing MT4, since we are doing MT4 here, you make it 30 trades because 30 trades plus your spread, but your spread is also going to be a bit beefy. You understand? So let's say spread is like 10. You understand? So like this is almost the same thing. So on MT5, we are going to be risking 2.5% per trade. So when you go to your cashback forex here, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, you're going to see it, how to calculate your 2.5%. So that basically means if I have a $200 account, okay, I'm going to be risking how many dollar per trade? Let me know in the chat box. If I have a $200 account, how many dollar per trade am I going to be risking? Let me know in the chat box. Okay, that is awesome. That's awesome. $5 per trade. Remember, the target is still to still go this $200 to 500. Do you understand? Just that MT5 is traded differently, TP is different, so your approach has to be different too. You have to actually like arrange yourself very well to be able to protect your account to a very large extent in case of drawdowns. Do you understand? Now, if you're risking $5 per trade, okay? If you're risking $5 per trade, remember our calculation, we need to make 12.5%, all right, per what? Week. This is what we need to make per week. 12.5% per week. Now, if you're risking $5 per trade and your risk to reward ratio is 1:4, and your risk to reward ratio is 1:4, that means one win is going to give you what? Four times that, that's $20. $20 is how many percent? 10%. Are you seeing that? And what is our target? Just 12.5%. And guess what? Already on GBP USD here, let me put GBP USD. We have already hit TP2 already. So that means we have already made 10%, which is almost our target for the week. Now, am I going to stop there? Jesus is Lord. This is still Jesus is Lord. This is still kept going up. Oh. You see it now. We already hit CP2 already on GPUs. 1 is to 4 RR. 5 pips stop loss to catch 20 pips CP. So if you had risked $5 on this trade, because the profit is 4 times that, you would have made $20. And $20 is how many percent? It's 10% of your $200 live account. And our target is what? Just 12.5% a week. So from this particular calculation on MT4, is it possible to actually hit the target of growing $200 to $500 in 2 months? Is it going to be possible? No, the thing hits. The reason why I tell you to close the trade is because it has hit TP already. Look at this point, hit TP on trading view. The reason why the trade not close on XNES on MT4 is because probably maybe just a few pips miscalculation. You understand? I didn't drop it as a linked order, so I dropped it as a market execution. So that's few pips difference. So you see that hits TP here, even gone above self. You get so we have to close it now. You understand? Because I've already hit TP based on our calculation. You get so that's maybe difference between the price might just be maybe just 1 pip. You've got 19 pip already. You get so why not close the trade if on trading views addition you already hit 20 pips already. So because of 1 pip, you want to leave trade open. You get so what was I saying? Okay, let me continue. So based on this calculation I've actually done, is it funded next? I'll go into that very soon. Okay. So you can see this now, yeah? That is actually how you're going to be going about it. So for this particular one, I am going to also fund a $200 account. Though the first trade that I've called out already is not going to show there, but then I'm going to also fund the either a 200 or $600 account. I'm going to actually debate on that, which is going to be a control account for this. So I'll make it $600 just for this thing. So I have 600 on MT4, 600 on HFX. So my aim now is to go it from this 600 to 1,500. Aiming to do that on HFX and also MT4. Do you understand that? So you see this? That is what we're actually looking to do. So on MT5, any trade you call out 2.5% per trade. So you head over to your this thing. If I had $200 in my account and I want to know the lot size to use on this, I would put the GPS, yes, definitely. Stop loss 5 pips, yes. Account balance, yes, $200. How many percent down to risk? 2.5% per trade. Calculate $5. I should use 0.1 lot. So if I had used 0.1 lot on this GPUSD trade and entered, I would have risked $5 and I would have made $20. My profit is 10%. By the time you subtract spread, probably 9 point something or 9. So 2 wins like this, we are good to go. Still going to be the same TP1, TP2, break even stuff and everything that we did last week. So once you enter the trade, once you hit TP1, you move your stop loss to break even. Once you hit TP2, you close. You get if you want to only be catching TP1, it's up to you, but that's how I'm going to do mine. If you want to take partials when you hit to be one, it's up to you. Whichever way you want you to follow yours, it's up to you. But this is how I'm going to be following through with mine. Now for funded challenge, how are we going to fix this? Funded challenge maximum drawdown is 10%. Usually on almost all funded challenges. So if you divide 10 by 40, we'll do 10 divided by 20. Because this 0.5 times 4 will be 1%. First, this thing is first phase is 5% profit. I be 8. Phase one is what? How many percent is phase one? Is it 5 or 8? I think it's 8%, I be 8% phase two. So we use for funded challenge, we'll use hope Joanne is on this call. For funded challenge, we'll use 0.5%. Okay. So that means if you win the trade, you win 1%. No, not 1%, you win 2% rather. So at least if you can have like 4 wins in a row, you're past phase one already. Do you understand? So that is basically it. So two ways of actually entering the trades. It's the same thing I did last this thing. But what I'm going to do is that I will not call out any trade after 8 p.m. After 8 p.m. no trade because of high spread that actually occur. If you're trading past 8 p.m. no trade. So we'll stop trading by in fact by 7 we should stop trading. No, it's because there are some setups that can actually come and hit entry fast and within like 10 minutes you're gonna hit CP. I said around that 7 p.m. there used to be volatility on some USD pairs. So after 8 p.m. no trade to avoid those high spreads this thing. So you choose to use limit order with STD account entry, or you can choose to manually enter with trading view account account entry. You see, there's pending order entry, limit order, and then there's also trading view entry. So you can choose to use trading view entry to enter manually. And if you're using trading view entry to enter manually, you know it's Wanda broker you are using. So on your trading view, it should be showing here Wanda, capital O and it should not show FXM, it should not show Pepperstone, it should show Wanda because the prices differ. Or you just use the limit order with STD account entry. Do you understand? That is basically it. So do we have any question we want to actually ask? Wonder kids just leaving and joining back, leaving and joining back, leaving and joining back. So did you have any question you may want to ask? If you have any question, drop in the chat box. Let me actually answer for you regarding the risk, regarding anything.